Howdy, howdy, guys. Welcome back to Continuous Outrage, episode 97. Okay, so
That's
episode
not right.
36.
It's not right.
We are on a new format once again. We're on YouTube, right, Tony? We are. We're on YouTube. Our YouTube channel that Tony made for us.
Wait, is it not our regular YouTube channel?
No.
All right.
We'll share it to our regular YouTube channel. This is the Continuous Outrage YouTube channel. So we can get comments.
Yes.
Okay, so subscribe to the channel.
The specific
What's
way
the name
we'll
of the
figure
channel?
out. Continuous Outrage.
See if we can find it.
I don't know how you do swipe, dude. Like, I've
Unbelievable.
never been able to swipe type at all.
Well, you know, because I'm
No, it's awful.
I
my
can't.
intelligence.
Okay, so at any rate, we are back
higher.
again live. Dakota has decided to grace us with his presence.
I did. Because we did it on a Thursday.
Well, we're doing it on a Thursday because
We didn't
the
do it
polar
last
vortex.
Tuesday.
Thanks, Brad. Like the
Really appreciate that.
he's right. He's not wrong.
Nope.
I don't understand all the commenting.
I don't either. The audience they loved Evan. Evan was Evan last week?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow,
Yeah,
it seems
last
like
week.
so long ago.
He was here Tuesday, but we didn't do Tuesday.
I saw that he had that you would replace me. I was like, I can't let this happen.
Dude, it was an upgrade too.
I
Like,
can't. Like,
no,
it
it's
was
not,
not
nothing
an
against
upgrade.
you. Evan,
Nothing against
Evan.
Evan. I love Evan. Evan's fantastic.
Evan was great.
but nothing
Shadow
tops
Fap?
me.
No, not Shadow Fap. What? Shadow Rub. That's
Oh,
Shadow.
Shadow Rub.
Shadow. That was
Oh,
the pre-Tony
good old,
days.
The good old days of Shadow Rub.
And then Evan got
It's
rid
been
of
a while since
Facebook.
I thought of
So
that.
Evan can participate. So, Tony, you should text Evan right now and tell him to participate.
He might be in the
Hey,
air, but
If he's not in the air, he can participate. Hell, they've got internet in the air. He can participate from the air.
Not in the
I don't
cockpit.
know.
What's he like, flying the plane or something?
Yes.
He's literally flying the plane.
Okay. What's our YouTube page?
No, it's Continuous Outrage, bro, on YouTube.
We just said that.
I literally did just say
We
that.
just said that, Brad.
Okay, I literally wasn't paying attention.
So, Tony, you're going to
I
keep
don't,
me
I
up
don't know
to
why
date.
you have to keep reiterating yourself.
You're going to keep me up to date on the time. We'll go till like 9:40, 9:45, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
Tonight.
We'll just go until
Dakota's got the
we'll
time.
just go until we're
No, because if we
done
go
talking.
forever.
Not forever, just until we're done talking.
So tonight we're going to talk about The Last Jedi.
Oh my god.
There's been new developments.
We've talked.
37 weeks running.
This is episode 36. We've talked about it enough to where
Oh,
we're
no,
getting
I'm just
extra
getting ahead
week.
of the game for next week.
No, I'm just kidding.
Is it 36? I have a feeling it might be actually 37.
No, this is 30. Well, I don't know. The internet will fix it.
36. It's 36.
At any rate, I do want to talk about this past weekend. We had our third annual Apocalypse game, and it was brutally fantastic.
It was amazing.
It was a great game.
I would also like to point out that only 2 out of the 4 of us behind this table were present.
I was doing important
You
things.
were playing Anthem.
I wish I was. I was not.
I had a long weekend the weekend before, and a long night the
Unbelievable.
night before.
Unbelievable.
It was a very good game. We had a total of was it 14 players?
14 players at the
14
height.
fit.
Yeah, 14 players by the end. 4,000 points apiece. And we want to do the math on that real quick. That's 48,000 points total in the game.
We need to do a 100,000 point game.
Oh my god.
We need to do it. We
The-
could do it. Next year
twice
we're
as
going to play
much.
with 4 tables. The first 3 years we played with 3 tables, butt to butt.
I think,
Listen,
I think
why
that-
don't
I
you
think
do all
3 is
6?
fine. Just do
We
all
could-
six.
we could do
Why
all 6.
do 4? Let's just do all 6.
We could, but we got to get everybody here.
Do a
If
2 by 3
if I
and
had
we'll just call.
chameleon eyes, I'd be looking at you two.
Dude, you can't do 2 by 3. You can't reach the models in the center.
Yeah, you could.
I can't
What'd you
reach
say?
over there.
I had
Once the
chameleon
models get
eyes.
up here, like you can't.
I don't care. I don't.
You're using the ruler to.
I
like,
literally don't care.
Yeah, you got
We do need to change the we need to have a better mission next year. But I'll tell you what, like it is a blast.
It was
Apocalypse
great.
games are so much fun.
But it was a 48,000 point game that went 5 turns, 5
How did it
entire
end?
turns,
How did it
and
end,
it
Dakota?
ended in a draw.
Sounds about right.
Ended in a tie, and I could honestly I couldn't have asked it to go better.
We had 7 guys from out of town. We had 7 locals. We had
Like,
5 guys from
like
Flint.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. We had like 7 people here that had never been in the store before.
Yeah.
5 guys from Flint.
Yeah, they came from
Yeah,
Flint.
no,
and
they
they
were all,
were
they
a
were all
blast,
really cool
man.
guys, and
Interesting.
a lot of them they had beautifully painted armies.
Everything,
Honestly, they
everything
kinda
we were
put the
playing against
locals
was
to shame.
beautifully painted. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, because they didn't have like a lot of us showed up with unpainted stuff.
Speak for
But-
yourself.
oh, hey.
All I had was my basilisk that wasn't painted. Everything else was painted.
Did you bring your tanks and stuff that aren't painted?
Shut up, Jake.
He did not.
Oh, you know what? I had 2 flyers that weren't painted. Yeah, but it's a great opportunity to play with models that you don't play with all year long.
Yeah, like bring the really big stuff, like the expensive stuff that's just not competitive, but you just want to play with it.
Dakota, and Joel were all on the same team. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that never happened.
The first year, Joel was on against my team. Joel didn't show up last year because he's a.
Did he really not show up last
He
year?
didn't come last year.
I will point out.
Ted didn't show up this year.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Ted. Where are you, Ted?
I still haven't seen him.
I haven't seen Ted in a couple weeks.
I haven't seen him on Facebook. Like, isn't he in the league?
No, he dropped.
He dropped. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Can you see comments on there?
Yes, but there's no one watching.
Yes, but yeah.
That's all right.
I've got 6 watching.
6?
What?
See, this is never.
Yeah,
the
but-
phones are never accurate.
I'm actually trying to check to see who's watching, and I can't. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
doesn't
how, I
tell
don't
us
know how
that.
YouTube
Well,
works.
you're not an administrator on that one.
I would still really like to just play a really big game, like even 1-on-1. Just both players bring like 4,000 points themselves.
I don't want.
Like we don't ever do that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would
do you know
enjoy that.
why? Because it takes all day.
That's not the okay. This
You might take-
apocalypse game took all day, but it was a
but
blast.
but we finished that
It was
game
so much fun.
by 7:30, didn't we?
8:30.
Was it 8:30?
Or well, you know what?
We didn't even start until
actually, yeah.
afternoon.
Well,
Closer
yeah.
to 1.
The game type that we did was really fun. Like how we determined.
Oh, it was a blast.
oh
You
my
had to
God.
bid for your deployment. So the team captains. So the easiest way to do these things is have a captain for each team, because otherwise it's like chickens with their head cut off, right? So Dakota was our captain, and a guy named Tim was the other team's captain, and they had to secretly bid a number of minutes for the entire army to be deployed for the entire team. So I'm talking to Dakota beforehand. I'm like, I would say 25 minutes. He was like, I was thinking 6. I'm like, all right, let's meet in the middle. Let's do 10. And he's like, I'm doing 8. I was like, all right.
and then like I wrote it down and like had it sitting there. And
Tim
we were
did
just-
it verbally.
Yeah. And then he also put out 8, and then it came down to a roll off.
We might
Oh
have
my God.
won had we gone second, though.
I
I don't know. They had a lot of
quite
firepower.
possibly they lost 2 Bane Blades in their first turn.
We would have lost our Bane Blade.
Yeah.
Dude, the Shadow Sword put in work.
It's a shadow sword.
Dude,
it
at
always
one
does.
point in the game, I had to shoot it at a Sentinel because nothing else was in range. I was sickened.
It
Because
did like 27 damage to
the
it.
guy was across the table. Was like, "Hey, your Sentinel's dead." He's like, "What's the AP?" I was like, -5. He's like, "All right." It just gives you a chance to play with stuff you never play with.
I brought a single Imperial Knight, just one, and he tanked so much. he probably had like 13 las cannons shot at him and lived. He ended the turn with like 8 wounds left. Still went on to do more stuff.
he would have had more had you remembered what you were
I
doing.
did forget his Feel No Pain. I did forget.
I
that.
was upset to not see more Titans. That was the because
I-
can you
but I-
imagine
but
our
I was-
flyers against that big chaos Titan? Oh, it would have been so much
But
fun.
I was ecstatic to see all the infantry that we did. There were tons and tons of bodies on the team.
and that's what ultimately made the game as interesting as it was, because so many people had big things. Like we had all the big stuff on our side. Like we had literally
We had
Reaver?
a Reaver Titan and
2
Warhound.
Warhounds.
Yeah,
No, just 1 Warhound.
yeah. Just we had a
One
Warhound
Warhound
and a
and like
Reaver.
9 Knights. Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Man, I wish I participated in this apocalypse game so I could put in some input.
Well,
it was really good.
Yeah.
You make choices in life
You'll
and
have
then
to
you
play
never
next
live them down.
I played last year. I didn't play this year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll play my Dark Angels next year, and I'll just bring a bunch of. I'll make use out of all 6 of my drop pods.
You should. I mean,
that I
opposing
begrudgingly
we let him
own.
deep strike on turn 1 this year too.
for the opposing
We didn't
team.
use the beta rule.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. It's not match play.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, you didn't last year.
I don't know. Well, that's fair.
For the opposing team, one of the star players was Azrael around a bunch of Devastator squads with last
That was
cannons.
stupid.
Like, and,
So
and,
dumb.
and they lived to the end of the game.
Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
you tell me this.
That 4-up invuln he provided.
Yeah.
Like, it
Okay,
kept
when
them in
they
the
have
game.
an
works.
ancient, does the ancient allow them to hit on 2s when they?
Yes, actually. So
The relics.
so it's not a relic. So for Dark Angels, there's actually two normal Marine ancient units. There's a company ancient and a chapter ancient. And what the chapter ancient does is when you die, when a model dies, roll 4 up, and on a 4 up he gets to shoot before he falls. However, for the chapter ancient, he gets to shoot and hit on a 2+. So that guy wasn't.
That
No,
was
no,
dumb.
I-
He
yeah, it
was
was-
murking flyers. As soon,
and
like
it-
I
it
killed
was-
a squad of them, and then he killed the flyer that killed him.
It was
Yeah.
at the point
No,
where
it's awesome.
he was actually like our team was concerned about
Mhm.
killing them because they were like, I don't want him to shoot me on a 2-up. I'm like, listen,
So
Yeah, because they only
You-
hit on threes on their own turn, right?
yeah, but I'm
But
like,
Azrael will
but you
make him
have a
reroll failed,
50% chance
To not be shot.
for them not to shoot versus a 100% chance to shoot on their turn.
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, just you gotta get rid
So
of
what?
them.
So what I used to do as a Dark Angel player, I would take a drop pod, I would fill it with, what was it, 7 company veterans, and give them all combi plasmas, and then I take Azrael, who gives them all 4-up invuln and has his own combi plasma, and then I took either a chapter or a company ancient and give him a combi plasma, and then I would do a lieutenant with a combi plasma. And then they would all fit in this drop pod, and they come down. They come down, and then they would just unload plasma guns into whatever I wanted. Rerolling failed to hit rolls, rerolling to wound rolls of 1, and if any of them died from their gets hot rolled, roll a die. All right, and then you shoot again.
Unbelievable.
You know what?
Yeah.
I wish.
It was pretty awesome.
I wish you
I
had
wish
played
my
too,
army
Jake.
got I wish my army got characters that gave like cool anthems to my army that didn't cost like 80 million points.
I mean, at least you have that, though. I wish my Thousand Suns army had cool characters that did stuff
My
like
characters
that.
don't do
Period.
anything.
Huh?
My characters don't do anything.
Join the club.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Just saying,
Join the
it sucks.
club.
Unbelievable.
They're too expensive
keep
and they don't do anything.
I keep hearing
understand.
these 50-point models that give your whole army 4-up invulns and
I mean, to be fair, the models with combi plasmas are like 80
Pl- pl-
points, but
rerolling ones.
yeah, it's like 80 points. He had a combi plasma too, so it's expensive. But I
At
want
any rate, the Apocalypse game was
It was really good.
fantastic. I wish we could do more than one a year.
I know what I would do.
I just think
I
it
mean-
would hurt attendance.
You technically could do more than one a year.
We could. We
I
could do
mean,
one every weekend if we wanted
Honestly,
Well,
like
that's not
I
too
don't
much.
think I don't think every 6 months would be bad.
to. Yeah, but can you imagine this place in June?
Dude,
You have
I don't
14
care.
dudes playing. I do. Oh my God, we'd all lose 25 pounds and it would smell like a swine factory in here.
If we got the bigger place with more ventilation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be the new place. Will have 2 8-foot tables, so we can play on those too. You know what I mean? We'll have 8 tables at least, the high tables, so we can play that way. Are we getting comments?
Jake Powell actually commented. He
Okay,
says,
that's
"Hey, everyone,
interesting.
comment and give us a hard time."
All right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it looks like the
Share it
video
on
feed
Facebook,
is
Jake.
doing a lot better.
It hasn't been better, Tony.
It is giving us a little low video output or low output notification, but it looks like it's moving.
Is that an
It's-
internet issue?
It's fine on my end.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think it would be because I'm not getting any dropped frames in the computer.
This is unbelievable, Comcast. I don't care if it's 11 degrees. It's way, way colder than that.
Dude, it's way too
it's
cold
way
for
colder.
the internet waves to be able to internet. So
Please
Dude,
stop.
the lights, the
These
lights.
these lights are weird in the store. In the winter, they turn right on. In the summer,
yeah, I
They
noticed
won't
that. I
turn.
opened up a couple times this week, and I'd come in and flip the lights on. I'm like, what the heck did he do? All the lights turn on.
I
it's
didn't do
just
anything. It's just cold out.
It's just cold. When it's
Weird.
hot,
Humidity, I think,
when
prevents
it's hot,
it.
it won't turn
Probably.
on right away.
It's
Yeah,
stupid.
the back room's not any good.
Mm.
I can say that.
Nope.
Well,
No.
no, that's something. That's a different issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
no,
that's
that just
a
needs to
yeah.
be fixed.
that's a landlord issue.
Oh,
Whoa.
I also have a broken door and a. So if you're watching, come fix
no.
it, please.
Oh my goodness.
No.
If you bring up another Warhammer subject, I might just go get a cup of coffee.
Go
real quick.
go get a cup of
go
coffee,
ahead,
bro.
because
I'll
we
be
gotta
right,
talk
I'll be
about
right
Jake
back,
Serial
everybody. I'll be
cults.
right back.
Hey, you want
This is unbelievable.
I remember
That's
all those
messed
times
up.
I got up while you guys talked about Magic and Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that's right. You don't remember because it never happened.
Jake, he's got you, bro.
Okay, so
While he's gone, let's talk trash
yeah.
about him.
yeah, we should. Gene Serial Cult.
See how lame Jake's hat is.
Do we have anything else to say about the Apocalypse game?
No, it was a great time, and honestly, I wish we had twice as many people. That would get us our 100,000 game, like you said.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
Yeah, it would be.
I don't know if we had more people if
Insane.
50 minutes would be enough though. Like there
No.
wouldn't be any coordination.
No, we
like,
we did 50-minute time turns.
and we can't do more than that. Like the game already went
Oh
so
yeah.
long.
No, it went a really long time, but everyone loved it. It was a lot of fun.
I think maybe next year we'll do 60-minute rounds that start immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having an undefined amount of time to plan,
Yeah.
you just have 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It went really well though.
I'm gonna fill a drop pod full of lieutenants with combi plasmas. That way, every guy to come out of the drop pod has like 4 wounds and is a character.
Yeah. but just deploying behind the drop pod, so they have to shoot the drop pod first.
Yeah.
Dumb. It's so dumb.
I've been wanting to do that for the longest time, but it's too expensive to be competitive. But in an apocalypse game it'd be like it's like Commander Spam Light.
It's like these are all lieutenants.
How do you feel about the rule of 5? You think that was fair?
I thought Rule 5 was great. That was
It worked
fine.
good?
It prevented really, really obscene lists from occurring. It prevented like a single person from bringing, I don't know, 15 Riptides.
Here you go, bud.
Yeah, but you know what it doesn't prevent?
Thank you.
Did you want anything in it? 'Cause I didn't put anything.
A single person
I would've
bringing
liked
20
something,
commanders.
but It's fine.
Why not?
Because
take it
there's
easy.
enough commander data slates. There's literally 3 commander data slates in the codex.
That's fine.
So
I mean,
you could bring 15 just from the codex. And
yeah,
there's 4
but
drilled
the
ones too,
problem
so-
was when like,
So-
how many did you bring last year?
I brought like 20. I could do that.
Hey, you know something that we never talked about. Now that you bring up Forge World, did anyone look at the custodes?
Oh, the jetpack or the jump unit.
They
They look pretty cool.
No, they ported over
Oh, that's cool.
like
30K
like
rules.
12
Yeah.
like 12 units from 30K.
Are they
Oh,
not
really?
new
for
models?
40K. What?
They're
No,
not new models.
no,
Oh.
no.
the-
Those jump dudes are. Those
yeah,
are new.
yeah.
But a ton
Did
of
the tank come over?
yeah,
The hover tank?
yeah.
Neat.
Did
They
the Orca
also-
bomber come over?
The
that thing Ted painted last year?
The Orion assault carrier.
Yeah,
That thing. Yeah.
that's cool.
Too bad
The-
custodes are too many points.
Hey, can I ask a question
okay.
about points?
Yeah.
Are Poxwalkers 4 points yet?
Okay, so back to custodes.
Unbelievable.
Okay, but no, I want to talk about that Orion assault carrier.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know what the rules are.
Oh, okay. I do. First of all, the thing clocks in at under 400 points. I'm pretty sure. Like when you look at everything all together. But it's a toughness 8 flyer with hard to hit.
All right.
It has 22 wounds.
Why?
Dude, the thing is
tough.
enormous. It is huge.
22 wounds.
It's 22
2
wounds
wounds
at
under an
toughness 8,
Imperial
and
Knight. That's
it's
great.
hard to hit.
You say under 400 points?
Yeah, and the thing puts out like tons and tons of shots, but none of its shots are like under strength 5. It has I don't remember all the
they're all,
guns
like,
copy and
straight.
paste, but
Wait, why
Like-
does
Is
this-
it all like
this sounds
basically
horrific.
assault cannons and stuff?
yeah, but a lot of them are like flat 3 damage and
What?
like others. No,
That's
dude,
ridiculous.
this thing is super good.
This sounds horrific.
Yeah, no, it is really scary. If we don't see
Is
one,
it a
at,
3-up save or a 2-up save?
I think it's a 3-up.
Okay,
Like,
I'm gonna throw this in here right now. You're not gonna see it in competitive menace.
I don't know. I think we might see one at the
Oh,
LVO.
Evan.
I don't think you will.
No,
It
the
might-
LVO was too soon. The cutoff was January 8th
Oh, was it?
for new stuff.
Ev-
Yeah.
Evan says, I see how this is. Move it to Thursday knowing I'll be gone.
Evan,
Oh, wait, I am there in
In
my
my
Dakota,
Dakota
form.
in my
Disregard.
Dakota form.
I need to stop commenting on my
came-
own thread.
Did you guys
Bird voice.
share this to
He ga-
Facebook?
He came in.
Yeah, go ahead and share it to your own Facebook.
He came in Tuesday night. He was looking to do it.
But yeah, Custodes got rules for like over a dozen new units.
That's
for 40K.
awesome.
Like they're like a fully fleshed out army.
Should have been.
They,
in the
they have
Codex.
more options than Thousand Suns now.
Rub it in my face, why don't you?
I tried to.
Listen, Inquisition have more models than
That's
Thousand
not
Suns.
true.
That is
That
so.
is
That is
definitely
not
not
true.
It is
Stop.
You
so
have a
true.
Mutalith Vortex Beast, and you refuse.
You have
to
a
use it.
Codex.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I have a Mutalith Vortex Beast that I don't use because it doesn't do
If it was
anything.
80 points, would you run it?
Maybe. The problem with it is what it does is mortal wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I can already do that. That's not nothing I need.
And it hits on 4s in
anything.
melee. Why does it do that?
I don't know. And its
It's a
weapons aren't
Tyranid.
good.
Not actually demons. Tyranid.
And it's just bad. It's got a 4-up save.
I don't
and
think it's a demon.
it's not.
So no,
What
it's
is
not a
it?
demon. It's a Tyranid.
It's a
It's not a demon. It's a Tyranid.
it's essentially a beast from the planet of sorcerers.
It's
so
yeah,
if
it's
you
just a warp
so
monster, but
if
it's
you
not necessarily a
read
demon.
well yeah so if you read
That's stupid.
no if you
No,
read
dude,
the
there's
books it makes
tons of
sense. It
warp
makes sense.
entities that aren't demons.
Yeah. So
How?
well, that's not necessarily how it is either. So if you read the books, read the one about Caliban, for instance. Caliban is literally on the edge of a warp storm.
Was.
Well, anyway.
They lean too much on the warp, in my opinion, for the 40K.
But
warp.
anyway, there's a lot of big scary beasts that are there that aren't demons, but are
Should be
big and
fine.
scary because that warp storm is there, and it's been mutating
Doesn't feel
stuff,
fine.
and it's been
Yeah, it
changing
doesn't feel fine.
stuff and all that.
Resident
So
Evil
it's not
is
necessarily a
pretty cool.
demon. Take a chaos spawn, for instance.
I got you.
Not a demon, but
Chaos Spawn's not a demon.
Yes.
it's like a horrifically mutated
What did you say?
thing.
I told him to drink it, and he's like, "It feels hot. You trying to hurt me because I hurt you in the game?"
Oh my god. Yeah, so right before we went on the air, Dakota did things to Jake that are
sorry.
illegal in most states.
Well,
He invited me to watch him play a game.
to be fair, they only played like a 20-minute game.
All,
It
all
didn't,
that,
it didn't
all that
last
he
very
required
long.
for me to do was set up the models, and then he got to roll dice.
I just kept hearing Dakota demand that he put the lotion on its skin, and I didn't.
Or else it
quite
gets the
understand.
dice again.
Jake is like, no more hurting. He's like vigorously scrubbing lotion on his.
And I'm just literally putting like shovels full of dice down the well.
It was bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad. I've never seen such a horrendous beatdown.
No, and I'm not saying anything about Dakota, but that is
I'm
the most
sorry.
demoralizing game I think I've ever played in
Those
my life.
robots are flat out broken. They are broken.
I think it was the 1,500 points.
I don't think
Usually,
so.
I played against.
The fact that you can bring that kind of firepower in 1,500 points, it's
I played
Hey,
against
but it's not
almost-
just the robots, though.
I played against almost that exact same list with 500
the
more points
robots
on each
make
end,
it though.
and I fared much better. Like it took him literally to turn 5 to
Because
table
your
me.
second turn, you had way more to shoot me with.
Do you
Yeah,
have
so-
anything that's not good in your codex?
Yes.
What is
Yeah,
it?
they have a lot of stuff
A lot
that's
of
not
things
good.
that aren't good in my codex servitors.
But
All right. Hold my beer. I got servers too.
The problem was
let's see.
also I
don't-
had,
don't think, rust stalkers are really bad.
the problem was also I had 360 points in deep strike that I couldn't put down turn 1 to be effective.
Mhm.
So he wiped out 500 points turn 1. I couldn't bring in those points my turn 1. And on his turn 2, he just wiped out
That's,
everything.
See,
that's
they-
why you don't deep strike anymore.
You should be. They need to get rid of that deep strike restriction.
Yeah, I
it's
agree with that.
stupid.
Yes, yeah.
The game has issues where you're just standing on the table and shooting, not things coming in from reserves.
Yeah,
That's not
kinda.
where the problem lies. You know, because even the bloodletter bomb and all that stuff wasn't an issue.
What was the?
I don't
was
think
that
deep
just
strike's an
30
issue if
blood
people
letters?
are
It,
if
it
people,
was
Do we have
probably
somebody?
it was probably something like 90 because you can do as
No, I
many
didn't know
as you
somebody
want
came
so
in.
long as you got
if
command
people are
points.
competent enough to bubble wrap and throw some stuff down, like deep striking is not that effective. Like
No, but the,
Even-
but
even
what it
turn-
does, it makes you bubble wrap. Yeah, that you're doing it on turn, you can do it on turn 1. It makes you allocate resources to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you don't have to. Now you can just move out and
right,
now
but
you're
that's
even
that's
further
a
away.
fair trade-off, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I think that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
think,
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
you should have to try to stop
But like
it.
I deep struck turn 2 and it was still inconvenient because of his bubble wrapping. So
Yeah, well, so most of us who play, like me and Dakota did this. I think every game we played in that that tournament, right? We would always bubble wrap our side of the board.
Or our 2v2 tournament.
Yeah.
That was a really good tournament.
Yeah, so we'd always bubble
We
wrap
should
our
do
side of the
more
board,
those.
It was
regardless,
awful to
regardless what our
organize.
opponent had. That's pretty
was
much that was
terrible.
pretty much our standard thought process. It was like, okay, we need a bubble wrap. I mean, that was it. So even
Yeah, like bubble wrap was like in auto include in any of our lists.
yeah,
Like,
so it's
between the two of us,
That's
we
8th
probably had,
edition
like-
now, right?
yeah, exactly.
it was
We
eighth
probably had,
division.
like,
You
50
don't need
bodies
to
on
do
the
it
table
anymore that
before.
much.
Well, it depends, right? I didn't need to do it against
You don't
him.
need,
I
you
didn't
don't need to do
against
it that
him,
much
but-
anymore because if you go first, then like if you think you're gonna go first,
Well, even if you go second,
You don't need
still have a
strictly bubble
chance.
wrap,
to-
no,
okay,
you
even if
need-
you go
you need
second,
chaff.
you can even
Yeah.
if you go second, they can't come in.
You need
so
stuff to
You can
die.
You
still
have a
move
chance.
stuff around and buffer yourself that way too. So it's not.
Can we? I need your guys' help here. Age of Sigmar is calling to me again.
what's that?
It's a
It's
game
really
that I've been
good.
trying to teach you for 6 years.
Why haven't you taught me then?
This is
haven't-
unbelievable.
You haven't been playing 40K for 6 years.
I'm
That's
not-
fair. It's going to be 5 this year.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think
what
about all the
Sigmar
nice
is.
things you could have.
I don't wanna know what Sigmar is.
40K.
Probably have more investment properties.
Maybe.
Dude, I spent $500 on painting alone for our trip to mini wargaming.
Yeah.
$500.
But look how good that girly man looked.
Oh.
And then he was a big part of that apocalypse
Beautiful
game, too.
girl.
He
man.
was. I didn't even get to play with him in mini wargaming.
Wow, that's your choice.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should've used him against
I should have.
Cullen.
I should have.
That was your 4th game. You should have brought him
No,
out. Just in
honestly,
principle.
I should have because he had that storm surge and Cullen he put me in the dirt. Just about as bad as I did to Jake today. I'm sorry.
Really, it was that bad?
Why would
Yeah,
you?
it might not have been that bad, but I never stood a chance.
Yeah.
Like after like, okay, I had 9 las cannons shoot at long strike, and long strike lived. This was before he had to feel no pain.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
It should not have happened. Dice just
Don't miss your last cannon shots.
like combination of just him making saves and like no, it was just bad. Cullen, if there's ever a point in time when you're watching this,
I hate you.
I will have a rematch. I don't care if you
We do need to go up there
produce or
again.
not.
I'm going to be having a kid relatively soon.
Yeah,
so,
so
like,
we should do that before you birth
I
the
don't,
child.
I don't know if there's going to be time now.
Wait,
No.
who's
Yeah.
birthing the child?
All right, well, I'm not.
He's
I'm
gonna
not
be doing it
birthing
in a
but-
bathtub. Just shoot, Sarah.
Did you see the video on YouTube? The chick delivered a baby, or not YouTube,
While in the
on
car?
Facebook. No, there's one where she literally is laying on her trailer park living room floor.
Yeah, and they just,
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. No.
They give her the salt lick and the.
No,
And,
like she literally, her water breaks and squirts out, and then she has a baby within 15 minutes.
I don't want to talk about this.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I did.
So did me and Sarah. We're like, oh my god, like
Dakota's afraid of babies.
They terrify me.
Like literally, like
okay,
I
but,
hear the,
but you,
I
you
hear the
mentioned
placentas of
Sigmar
Bella's
for a
pussy.
brief moment there.
what's a Sigmar?
You mentioned
Shut
you
up.
mentioned Sigmar. Where were you going with that?
I really want to get a new Sigma army.
I agree. You should get a new Sigmar. army.
Because as much as I love my high elves, they're never coming back together. The band's never getting back
Why
together.
don't you get a new 40k army?
I don't need a new 40k army.
All right.
I have
He's like,
25,000
I already
points.
have one of the best armies in the game. I don't want to downgrade.
Why don't you sell
I-
your 18 extra tanks?
I would love to.
And
Tim
then-
it needs them.
Get a new 40k army.
I don't-
You've literally been playing this. You haven't played a different army in 5 years.
I played Blood Angels a few
I want
times.
to point out to
a
you
few
that
times in 5 years.
I want to point out to you the reason that you just used as to why you shouldn't get a new 40k army is the exact reason you need a new 40k army.
No,
You have over 25,000 points of guard.
it's
That's
probably more than that. I
grotesque.
probably have closer to 40 or 50.
Ah.
I mean, I really do. I have 300 infantry probably.
Oh, okay, so that makes up the first, like, I don't know,
That's
48
200
points.
No, I looked through them.
That's effectively 49,000.
Get, like,
I don't know if there's another range where I like every model in the range.
Get Eldar.
I don't like every model in the range.
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Convert
You've
stuff.
always talked about how much you hate Ratlings and how much you hate Ogren and how
That's
much
fair,
you hate like
but- No,
all
I
this
like
other-
Bulgren,
Bulgren
though.
are super cool.
Yeah, but he doesn't like Ogren.
No,
though.
Ogren are trash.
No, they're true.
I don't think they're good, and they don't look cool either.
But what if do Bulgren look cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Custodes.
Well, just dress them up like
They're not-
Bulgren. then.
There's
Just
no
put a-
reason to
just
run
put a- Just
Ogren.
put a Ripper gun in there.
Yeah.
You have Bulgren. There's
No,
no reason to run
yeah,
Ogren.
yeah. You're
just
right.
Just get Custodes, man. They get new stuff.
Custodes
and they
do
have
look
a flyer
cool.
that's overpowered.
I
and
don't like
they-
Custodes
they
helmets.
look really
though.
cool.
They're
You
really.
don't think they look cool?
No, I think they look fine. He said the flyer's overpowered. I don't think it's overpowered.
I don't think that the Custode flare.
The one he was just
It's
talking
gonna-
about?
I can
it'll
tell
be-
you-
it'll be really good.
I can tell you
Well-
beyond a shadow of a doubt, I will never own one of those flyers.
Yeah,
So
no,
it
it's probably
doesn't-
super expensive.
Josh,
I guess I'm just looking at it as if you brought it against me that
the hell's
game.
Josh's
I would
last
have
name?
not been able
He's
to
got
kill
two
it,
of 'em.
and it would have killed everything.
You know
I
what
had.
Josh I'm talking about? He's got two of those Orca flyers.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Orion.
Hold on. What would have happened if you brought it against him, though? Because that thing would have died like that.
Yeah.
Oh, against me?
Yeah.
True.
Well, it is neg 1 to hit, and it is toughness 8.
So you only hit on threes.
But you wound on 5s, and you
So
do
if you
mortal wounds, and
Oh man.
Is it? Are you sure it's more
mortal
than
wounds.
addition?
I'm 100%
Yeah.
positive that they're
yeah,
gonna
that's
fix it.
that's how it
That
works, man.
is
I've
You
had-
guys are not
I
helping.
have had that question asked to me enough time to where I'm
He
enough
did
time
11
that I'm quite
wounds.
sure.
Evan,
Eight
are
of
you
them were
still
6s.
watching?
Yeah, he votes Sigmar.
He votes Sigmar?
Yeah, he says 40k is a trap.
Yeah.
He says
Dude,
Tim
it's all a
don't.
trap.
I'm already in the trap,
It's all
Evan.
a
You
trap,
know
and
this.
it's great. Okay, so like
Heaven's 40k army
All
is
right,
Titanicus.
everyone
He's
everyone
got-
who's watching, please help us pick a new 40k army for
I
Tim.
don't need a new 40k
All right?
army.
He desperately need. That is the voice of a man who needs a new 40k army.
I don't.
I'm going on my 6th army.
That's
Yes,
fine.
6th?
Yes.
That's because you lost faith
between
with the
Sigmar and
bugs.
40k.
I have a
Oh.
combination of 4. I mean,
Honestly, the only 40k army I think that I would want would be Tyranids. And I can't
Great.
paint Tyranids.
Why
I can't
not?
do it. I can't, because the way I want their Carapace armor to look, I'm not capable of painting that.
Ted is.
Not willing to fork over for Ted to pay it.
Ted painted my entire Space Marine army. My entire Space
He
Marine
did my
army.
entire Thousand Suns army.
Where do you
And they
think
both
that
look great.
$500 went?
They both look great, but I'm not willing to do.
So paint them how you want them. Who cares? Who cares?
And you don't know you're not capable. You haven't tried doing it yet.
Yeah, don't
Dude, like, I'm super proud of my admin
play
and how they're
bugs,
turning
man.
out.
I would love to play against some bugs.
Yeah.
Because you can kill bugs. You think you can kill them?
I think I can kill bugs just fine.
Honestly,
But I think it'd be- I think it'd be fun.
They can
Play
bring more
something
infantry
other than
guard
guard.
can.
Like God.
Everybody has always hated my guard.
Hey, you know
man.
what?
Since day one, they were hated.
I'm not proud of this, but like I'm gonna proxy a Gene Stealer cult army slowly as I get it together. You should bring another army to bear against my Gene Stealer cult.
I told you I would.
Yeah, but
talking
like,
to me or Brad?
No, you. I mean,
No,
I'd
I
be more
would-
than happy to play against your guard with them because like I want to see what they can do. But like, if I'm proxying and it's just for fun, just bring something else. Try out another army.
You need
I have
a
plenty of
new
bugs
army.
you
Is
can
there
practice.
anything else that interests you other than Tyranids?
Honestly, if Dark Eldar had a couple, if they had different types of vehicles, I would. Their bikes are fantastic. Why don't their their flyers are cool too? It's just the damn boats.
The boats look fine.
what?
I don't
For
like the
what?
boats. Boats and
for,
hose.
Dark Eldar.
Oh,
They're like
Poor
they have
Tony. He's like,
sails
what
on
the
them.
hell?
I don't. Yeah, well,
if
the
I were to
last
pick another
comment I didn't
40K
get,
army, it'd
but-
be a cool looking one that can shoot a lot.
So Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cool one that what?
What about
Shoot a
They can
lot.
shoot a lot.
Okay, so you're actually
I want
interested.
one Eldar because that's the enemy of the world.
You-
And
So
Dark
we should-
Eldar
we
have a
should
lot
try
of
Eldar.
cool models. Like the Incubi are so damn cool.
Oh yeah, no, they have a lot of.
Oh
so
my
lot of
God, I
cool
don't know how
ones.
good they
So,
are. but
so
they're-
play an army like that. Like there's, you need something new. You've been doing the same thing for 5 years. You need something
yeah, but
new.
It gives you a different appreciation for the game for sure.
That's true. That's very true.
like switching from Tyranids over to Space Marines. Like I was like, what?
What
I
is
can-
this
I-
world?
I can kill that thing from over here.
What's a heavy weapon?
how
What's
did I-
this do?
I was like, what? Yeah, in 7th edition, I was like, all right, so I've never used anything other than assault. Like, what are the rules for this thing? What do I do with that?
What's armor value?
What's this piece of round or green plastic used for?
They didn't have any templates.
Oh no, they
I was
did.
gonna say they
Yeah,
had
they
the
have plenty of
electro
templates.
Biovores, dude. Now Biovores are stupid.
They're like broken almost, aren't they?
No, they just
Don't they do like mortal wounds?
yeah, they just do
They
mortal
shoot-
wounds.
they shoot
They
mortal
went from
wounds.
like killing blobs of infantry to now I'm gonna
target
find
big
your
things.
most precious thing. I'm just gonna do a
Look
few
at
mortal wounds to
basilisks. You're like, hey, I need
I
to kill
know.
some Marines.
it.
You never shot vehicles unless there was literally nothing else to shoot, and now you only shoot vehicles unless there's nothing else to shoot. I shot
It's a
one fire
problem.
warrior today.
It's a problem.
It is.
It's a huge problem.
I think honestly, I think with those, you should roll a dice for each model in the unit, if it's infantry, and roll to hit and
There
wound
needs
from
to
there.
be a cap on that.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure. Say
They're 40-man cultist blobs. You're telling me you want 40 strength 8, neg 3 shots, D3 damage? I don't think so.
They're strength 9.
yeah,
oh, yeah.
but, but you still have to
They
roll
don't
to
matter.
hit. And
Okay,
then you
so
got to roll
you
the
want
wound.
20 hits.
Nothing.
want 18
Nothing for
wounds.
108 points should have the capability of firing 40 shots.
40 las cannon shots.
Well, I mean, obviously you would have to change it up, but like to just I don't know, 10 shots flat. It seems weird. I don't know.
Well, not 10 shots flat, but a cap on how on what is that's what. So maybe
Maybe make it hit on 5s instead of 4s. If you're rolling, I don't know.
would you want that?
I don't know. I mean, if you're shooting 40-man squad, I don't know.
You could do like you pick a model in the unit and you fire a shot for every other model within 6 inches of it.
Mm-hmm.
That would really hurt though with the deployments now. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
I like that a lot.
It gets rid of the whole. I mean, it's the same concept as the blast template thing, but you're not trying to measure around that. You're just like, hey, is this guy within 3 inches, 6 inches, whatever? Hey, if it's
So what you do is you just
Wi-
pick the guy in the
wyvern-
middle.
It was so it'd be 3 inches, but yeah,
Yeah.
because it was a 6-inch.
I do
diameter.
miss the ability to spill over because, like, when you would lay that template down and miss and hit something else unintentionally, like,
It felt good.
But then you're still targeting the unit, so like units can still be clumped together.
Mm-hmm.
And
you remember multiple barrage. Oh my God! Do you remember that?
I remember you would bring like 6 wyverns to a
That
game.
never
and
brought more than 3.
And I'm gonna be
Ever.
like, all right, well, you go.
I
ahead and
only
do your
recently
shooting
have
phase,
owned
roll
4.
roll my saves for me
You've owned
because I'm not gonna
6.
pass them anyway. I'm gonna go over there.
You've owned 6. I've seen you play with 6.
No, I have not.
You've just repurposed them into hydras.
You proxied hydras as wyverns
No,
before.
I didn't.
I've seen
I
it
never
happen.
have run more than 3. I've thought about running 4 in 8th edition.
I think they're good in 8th edition.
They're nowhere near as good as they were.
Oh, well,
they're
of
not.
course not.
They don't have shred anymore. Wait, no, do they?
They
No,
don't have
no,
twin link.
they
or
don't
ignores
ignore cover.
But they used to have everything.
I mean, they have
have
8th
so many
edition twin linked, right?
Well, yeah, wyverns. I remember when we first started the game, you were like, "Yeah, this wyvern thing, it's gonna be terrible. Strength 4."
It's like one of the best things. It's like it's the reason I never brought Fire Warriors.
It was probably
ever.
the best thing in my book, honestly. But like best single model. That
Oh,
was definitely the
absolutely.
best
like
point
for
point.
its purpose and
Yeah, it
executing
was like
that
was
purpose.
it was like 65 points.
Yeah,
Like, dumb.
dude, I remember him talking about like when guard get their codex, it's gonna go up to 120 points.
I really thought it would, and I mean it's 100.
It was a
Yeah,
new
but
edition.
like that's an edition change
Yeah.
and all that.
And-
like so, all vehicles.
But
Okay,
yeah,
look,
it's much worse. for-
probably the most egregious points cost change, other than the Riptide at the beginning of the edition, was
no, that was fairly
what?
pointed.
Oh my God! Was
I really
the
believe
broadsides were
drop
worse.
pod going from 35 to 106?
100. Yeah, I think it was 105. But,
Whoa, okay,
but yeah,
It-
When
I-
the rules, when the rules
it
got so much worse,
it tripled in cost.
and the rules were so much
Literally
worse.
tripled in cost. Yeah, and the rules are terrible.
Very bad.
Oh God.
yeah, no, that was bad. Broadsides, I think broadsides got it worse too because they tripled in cost as well. But instead of being 105 points, they were 210 a suit.
Yeah.
Like, it was terrible.
I don't know what they were thinking with drop pods at all.
No, I don't either.
They
I
were
don't either.
they're like the problem is like I think they were scared of some of like the things from the previous edition.
But-
Same
oh,
same thing
absolutely.
with the grav.
That affected
But then
the points.
but
But
then
they
didn't-
changed the rules.
Yeah, but then they didn't take into account that the rules are drastically
Like,
different.
these are scary from last edition. We're gonna change all of its rules and make it a million.
They
points.
should have been 100 points in 7th edition.
I disagree with
I
that.
don't know about
Dude,
100.
they were
probably,
so good.
Dude,
well,
dude,
They
ma-
couldn't
Dude,
fail a deep
they
strike. Like
still
they,
had a storm bolter. Like they
who
didn't
cares?
make
You're
their
not
points
paying for
cost
You're paying
bad.
for the right to show up wherever you want with no fear of anything happening.
Yeah,
to
but I don't think that's worth 100 points.
I disagree. Like
Okay, but anyway, so you're not interested in another 40K army. We can have that argument all night.
the only thing I would consider Dark Eldar, I would consider Tyranids.
Do Tyranids.
So then why don't you do one of them? Like what's
he
stopping you?
literally has his bugs in the back. Like, you could literally just play with his bugs.
Yeah, I have a few thousand
You know
points
how
of bugs. back
bad
there.
I'm gonna be.
Who cares?
That's fine.
No, I'm talking like,
dude.
bad.
Do you think I was good? Dude, Eli pounded me into the dirt the first
it-
time I played Space Marines.
Was it
last
as
edition.
bad as how you just pounded me? in the
It-
dirt?
honestly, not trying to be mean or anything, but I've never really beaten anyone quite that. No, I kicked the crap out of Lubke recently.
you beat me really bad
Ah,
too, with this.
that
no, I didn't. You
Yes,
killed my models.
Look, I keep looking over. I keep looking over at that map, and it's supposed to be Mars, but I feel like it's just my
It's just
blood.
blood.
just my blood.
Dude, that was the
Corn
problem. You,
shows up,
you
like,
shouldn't have.
yes.
You shouldn't have showed up to Mars. They just started licking the sand.
Oh my god. Okay.
no,
so
it's glass because like the neutron lasers.
you
they're
make
licking
me
windows.
a Dark Eldar list.
Dude, I've got one.
You make me one.
Dude,
But listen,
it's got
my-
boats in it.
My requirement is it's got to have those bikes. I don't know how good the bikes are. It's got to have.
They're,
them.
they're really bad.
Yeah, they're
They're
not good.
so cool.
They're
They're
super
bad.
cool. Very bad.
They might be the coolest 40K model.
They're literally Cabalite warriors on a bike.
Toughness 3 6-up saves. They're bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
That's their bikes.
Yeah, they're bad.
And then you look
Oh
over
well,
at Eldar
actually
bikes.
they're bikes, so they might be toughness 4 6-up saves.
I think they're. I
Still
want
a
to say they're. I
6-up?
want to say they're T4. I don't think they have a. They might have a
What are
6-up.
they-
Ca-
move, like,
Cavalry
16
Warriors have
inches?
a 6-up save.
They move a bunch of inches, but all they have is
a bunch of
literally
inches.
poison.
Hey,
It-
they
it's
move a
a-
bunch of
poison.
inches.
It's
a
yeah.
bunch
It's
of
I
inches. I
think
wish I
it's
could move a
either
bunch
a
of inches.
splinter rifle or a twin
move-
splinter rifle.
I gotta talk to
I'm a-
Ronald.
I move several feet at a
No.
time.
Move a bit of inches, not a bunch of inches.
I'm gonna move a few feet and put my foot in your ass. Shut up.
Okay, so then you make me a Tyranid list.
Okay, do you want to be big bug heavy or little bug heavy?
I want a mix.
Okay.
I want plenty
Okay.
of gaunts.
Okay, so you want to be little bug heavy.
Dude, I will make you an awesome Dark Eldar list.
I will make you an okay Tyranid list.
Dude, I will I will.
I only want 1 or 2 Flyrants.
I
will
only
probably
own
lose
one,
to
so
both
that's
lists.
fine.
Okay.
I will make you. You'll play this Dark Eldar list and be like, "This is awesome."
And we can play it against my Gene Stealer cult.
Necrons might be one that I would be interested in doing too.
Mhm.
Why they're like the worst army?
I don't. They're,
But I
they're
like
not,
how they look.
yeah.
I mean, this is
Are they the
strictly a
worst
sto-
army?
No,
No.
they're not the worst.
Who's
army.
the
Yeah.
worst army now?
I don't
Who is
know.
the worst
Necrons
army?
is.
I think
it's
well,
fighting for
Necrons
worse.
aren't very good, but there's not like a clear bottom dweller like there was in 7th. Like, you had-
Or at the beginning of 8th.
Tim will have like 400 nids on the table in 2 weeks, says Evan.
You're painting them, Evan. So what are you getting yourself into?
You look like you're like yelling it at the phone.
Yeah.
like,
Well, he is.
like the phone is gonna directly react at you.
Well, the thing is, Evan's in here, but I can't yell like, "You're painting them, damn it!" You're like, "What's going on?"
How do I bring comments back?
Okay, all right.
Oh, there they are. But I don't want to comment anything.
Yeah, so those are 2, and then I really can't think of anything else that would Necrons would be up there. I really don't care to expand my Blood Angels. You know, I
That's
just
fair.
don't.
If you don't want to play Space
They're
Marine,
they're a
Yeah.
power armor.
how do you
power
feel? How
armor
do you
army,
feel
so I
about
wouldn't blame
any
it all.
sort of chaos at all?
I don't like chaos at all.
Come
Honestly,
on,
the
son.
only thing would be
Son.
Zinch because of that damn bird that I'm looking at right now.
Really?
That's the only.
Dude,
That,
it's like that is literally one of the coolest models.
What's
in
wrong with
40K.
It is,
Chaos.
but it's so bad. It is so
It was
bad.
pretty good last edition.
Thousand Suns
What's wrong
might
with
be.
Chaos Marines?
See, the thing is, I
Their
can't play
sculpt
Thousand
is
Suns
very
because you
old.
play Thousand Suns.
You play Thousand Suns.
I would just
So
play
like
with your
it's
models.
like annoying to build them. Is that what you're saying?
Like,
Dakota?
there's no way I would be able to
No, they
paint
just
to the
don't look
quality
good
that Ted has
anymore.
painted.
That's
your army.
fair. That's fair.
And
There's
when
no
you
way
have
I
a
could do
beautiful
that either.
Magnus in the
Good.
back, I'm like, why would I want my own?
That's fair.
You know what I
I don't
mean?
know. I want you to build a Thousand Suns list. You should just try to build a Thousand Suns list
I'm
because
willing
I
to-
want you to experience what I've been experiencing.
I'm willing to
for
try
2
this stuff.
years.
Honestly, I think you playing other armies will make you a better guard player.
It probably would.
Yeah.
I think it'd benefit all of us to try out
I,
different armies.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay. You know what? I'm getting into Gene Stealer Cult, which I've never played before. You're about to play something.
Don't
that means
look at me.
Brad.
I try.
Brad's
to,
getting a Sigma army.
to get the
I'm
same
not getting a
perspective. I
Sigma
try
army.
playing a bunch of different Magic decks so I can get better at the one I play mostly.
Does it help?
Yeah.
It just gives you a different perspective, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Brad-
It's all about knowing like what like your opponent can do, and like you never know what they will do, but knowing what they can do and then basing your actions off of that. Like
Well, the unknown is always
Like,
worse than the known,
for instance, going to that game, all I knew for
right?
his
The pain
army
was coming.
and well, yeah, but then his robots were overpowered and was gonna kill all my units. However, I didn't know what any of this other stuff did, so I kept asking, "What does that? What does that do? What does that do? What does that do?" But like, I might have been able to bring a better list that could like withstand robots and kill everything else.
Not how you Death Guard.
Not well, I mean, I couldn't do it.
Very
but
very little things.
I
you
could have
know,
built a different
withstand
army.
call
I could have
bots.
brought a different army and hopefully killed them.
Death Guard needs more movement.
Uh,
Although the way Ron plays them, like they're
Poxwalkers also
They
need
were
to be
very fast.
4 points.
I was sweating against Ron.
They need they need
I
point
guess
drops and they
Flamers
need
crawlers are actually really good if you get them up close
Yeah.
with flamers.
yeah they
Honestly,
need
like 3 Plague Burst crawlers right at the front of your deployment, just rushing up into my lines.
I
Just
hate to say
flaming
you need
stuff.
a couple squads of Poxwalkers or cultists just sitting in the back.
no
on
you don't
objectives.
need Poxwalkers. Cultists maybe, but you don't run
Yeah,
Poxwalkers.
Poxwalkers are garbage.
They're,
Okay,
they're
Not
more
that bad.
expensive than.
if they were
Than
four,
cultists.
they're
Yeah.
more expensive than cultists.
Okay, you
they
know what?
can't shoot and they just die. They don't do anything.
I'm gonna yell about something for a minute because I've been trying to talk about Gene Stealer cults all night. Why are neophytes 5 points?
What's is that a guardsman?
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're guardsmen, 1 more leadership,
I don't know.
but they don't get orders.
Can they be fearless?
I don't think
And
so.
you can call ambush them, right?
The
Can you
patriarch
call ambush
the
them?
patriarch might make them fearless.
I don't think you can call ambush them.
Oh no, neophytes. Yeah, you can.
Oh, can I? Because I
That's
thought they were
why.
guard.
right?
Yeah, you can.
and that's
Okay,
why.
Oh, okay, but that's the exact same thing as if I said to you, "Hey, do you want to deep strike your guardsmen?" Like you're just like, "All right," it doesn't mean anything.
I probably would.
yeah, because you'd put plasma guns and crap in there and like make them do something. I can't do that.
You can-
with
no,
neophytes.
but you just- there's a benefit.
You deep struck. You used a whole bunch of command points to deep strike pansies
I did.
just so you can get on objectives. And
Dakota,
I did.
Dakota, I'm
So-
on your side here. I saw catechins kill a Mauler Fiend in melee combat. I have no idea why neophytes are 5 points and poxwalkers
Kill
are
a
6.
Mauler
I
Fiend.
swear this happened. He was playing Travis.
Yeah, it happened.
And he killed a Mauler Fiend.
That's a problem with
Look,
the addition, though, right?
That's a problem, and I can't do that. I can't
Cockfucker
get the
should not be
strength 4.
6-pointed.
No, I with a psychic power I can, but
Not worth it on 10 guys. It's not just a stock 100 that you just bring.
yeah, no,
But-
it's not.
I think catechins are really good.
yeah, I,
No,
I,
they
honestly, like,
catechins are. I wasn't. I don't think I was on the same. I was in the same boat as I am now. But I think catechins are literally retarded for guardsmen. Excuse my language, but they are ridiculous.
I told you when the Codex came out, they were hands down the best.
Well, I think
Hands
a
down.
lot of Cadian stuff is still better than catechin.
the
But
perfect
in
guard
in the
perfect
aggregate-
guard list is a combination of Cadia Catechin.
Exactly.
I would agree.
Exactly,
But
because
all
you don't
of-
want you don't really want catechin heavy weapons teams. You want Cadian ones, so you can
Yeah.
reroll failed to hit
I,
rolls.
I really am of the opinion I don't think you should be able to mix and match like that.
Yeah,
well, you can't and get all.
No,
the
I don't
basics
think
and stuff.
your army should be able to
Oh,
be
your
mixed
army.
regiment. I really don't.
well, I like it's kind of just ingrained into the edition now, right?
Yeah,
so I'm
exactly.
looking at like the new Gene Stealer cult
the
traits
fact that you
coming out,
can.
Yeah.
and I'm already like I'm gonna run these two together.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with my Tau. Like
they-
I
how
run
many
a Saki
chapters or
Acept
whatever?
all
They
the
have
time.
6. Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they called? Are they houses or
They're
Broods.
covens or broods?
I think they're because they're not just called cults. They're cult creeds, is what they are.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are cults. Their chapter tactics are cult creeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the cult of the Four-Armed Emperor is like the staple one, but they get +1 to advance and charge in the first battle round, and then every turn after that they get +1.
Can they advance and charge?
No.
Okay. So that's
Well,
kinda-
I mean,
Pure strength can.
Gene Stealers can, but they don't get they don't get
creeds.
creeds.
Oh,
Yeah, no Gene Stealer
Why?
gets
that's
gets a
interesting.
creed.
Because
they call it ambush?
yeah,
But
Yeah.
can you deep strike regular gene stealers from Tyranids?
No.
so they're better.
I mean, there
Now
are
maybe.
methods to do it, but
Well, they can come with like a
but
trigon or whatever.
pure strains are just ingrained into their model, but they can't
Man.
get creeds. So
Now I'm thinking about other armies. I hate you people.
so like the main one
When's
was
Tony gonna play?
um
Tony, when are you gonna get an army?
Not
very
soon.
very
We're
soon.
doing Tony's hobby right now.
Tony.
Yeah, this is my hobby.
Yeah, but you need a second one. What
Yeah.
army would you
You,
want?
you need a second one. Yeah,
You-
we're talking about.
Yeah,
Tony
video's
or
my
some-
second one.
Tony, you need a more expensive hobby.
I don't know. He might have us beat.
I probably do.
Tony
Yeah.
might have us beat.
Yeah,
He's
he's
got
got
us in-
electronics. That's got to be more expensive than plastic.
Dude,
I don't know, man.
But
Just
you'd be surprised. But like they
Just on
and
this
then
desk, it'll
they
always.
get-
More expensive than plastic.
they get
My other hobby.
+1 to advance and charge the turn that they come from underground. So the turn that they deep strike, they can get +1.
So they
to
can
the
charge at 8 inches. Then.
Yeah. No, this is for that cult. But then like the other one I was looking at is, it's something about re-rolling ones to hit with a warlord trait, and then they have the Valhalla thing where they have the number of models that flee, and then there's a second
God,
half.
they just like cookie cutter everything.
But they
man.
had a second half to their thing though, and I.
What's the problem when they come up with all these different?
Oh
rules
no,
for
and
it?
then the other part is that they can fall out of combat and shoot at -1.
Oh, so Ultramarine.
Yeah. So they're like Valhalla Ultramarine like combinations.
No, that's kind of a cool.
But
combo.
then like your warlord trait lets you reroll ones to hit, so like you're gonna want a warlord back
Is it a
there.
bubble?
It's like yeah,
okay.
it's like doing that.
That's a weird warlord trait.
Yeah, no, it makes him a captain. You
I
know,
hope he has some other functions too, because that's not like a warlord trait should be something like reroll all failed to hit rolls, or maybe. I don't know,
oh yeah,
that's
but
pretty
the Gene Stealer cult they're more about
they're probably more
getting
assaulting.
in your face.
Warlord
and
traits
doing
have
stuff.
never really been able to be very good. Like they are.
No, they're either fantastic or you don't care.
Yeah, I just.
I mean,
well,
they're-
and a lot of the
Tau-
books have
Tau
6.
player.
They all have 6 of them, right? Like
Tau
the-
player.
or
But
more
yeah,
now.
but
Yours
most
don't matter,
most
or
armies most armies only care about one.
Tau
Yeah.
player.
Is yours don't matter or they do?
Mine are terrible. I literally have out of like the
I feel no
the
pain
12,
one's good though.
Yeah, but that's
out of the
only for
12
long
that I-
strike.
yeah, out of the 12 I have, that's only Tau Sept stuff. That's the Tau
How
Sept
did
warlord
Ovesa
trait.
not make it in your codex, by the way?
Does what?
Well, he's in chapter proof, but
Right, but you can't run him just alone.
no. Well, he's got it. He's a part of the.
Who are you talking about?
Ovesa,
Oh, yeah.
named Riptide. Because
but
think
he
about
doesn't
it, the
do
way the
anything-
rule of 3 works
No,
now,
the only
that
he-
would let you run a 4th Riptide.
Absolutely. But
and I'm not advocating for that.
I
in any
could,
way.
but I can't given 2,000 points.
That's what I'm saying. If you could bring Ovesa
Actually,
in your
I
codex,
could.
you bring the
No,
eight
wait, no, I
in for
can't do that.
text.
Never mind. That's
Oh,
too
I
many
forgot about
points.
that part.
I'd have to. I think I could if I was unbound, but
Okay, let's talk about this Sigmar army.
yes.
Okay, because
no.
Brad was looking up Sigmar stuff today, so like he's at
I
least
was literally.
he's at least thinking about it.
I wanted to see where Zinch Demons falled on the competitive bracket,
How
and
hot-
apparently
where were they?
they're not on the radar. So
I don't know much of anything about competitive Age of Sigmar.
so
you
I
don't
was.
have to play competitively though. You literally
Dude,
have
if
the
I
demons. You can-
if I play one of these games,
Hey,
I gotta
did you-
play.
did
I
you
gotta have
see,
some sort of competitive.
Did you see Deepkin?
why?
Did you see
Because I'm a
Deepkin anywhere
competitive
on that, Brad?
person, huh?
Did you see Deepkin anywhere on that competitive
No,
bracket?
I only looked at a few. I only look at a few. I looked at the top lists of a few tournaments, and it was all like Night Haunts and like
So
some Mortal
when
Realms
Brad's picking-
chaos stuff.
When
and-
Brad's picking his army, he goes and looks at the top tournament list. Is that what he
No, well, I was just curious where Zinch fell. So when I actually look on what stuff I want to buy, there's actually a trinity that I look at. So I have aesthetic, I have cost, and then I have competitiveness. Those are the three things that concern me, and I have to, for the most part, I
Isn't
have to
cost
meet.
negligible.
It could be. So when I was about to finish before you interrupt me,
Right? Oh, you'd be so sassy today.
He's
because you've been sassy to me, man.
I will interject
Finish.
for 1 second.
I'm trying to,
about
but I
the
keep getting
cost
interrupted.
thing. The cost thing. I mean, you do already have a fairly sizable collection of Zinch stuff, so your cost to get into Age of Sigmar would be relatively low.
Exactly. So I look at these three things. I have to have at least two of them be solid before I
and
buy
I guarantee
anything.
you can be competitive around here with your Zinch demons.
Yeah, maybe.
In Sigmar, I guarantee it.
Yeah, maybe.
because
Like they're
we don't
their
have a
fate,
hardcore community.
Their
That's-
fate pool is
that's fine.
such a cool mechanic.
My
They've
my
got a battle tome.
yeah, sure. My issue
Tony
with
would play Noise Marine, says Evan. I don't think you want to do that. to
Evan,
him.
I don't.
I don't know what that is.
Noise Marines, that would be awesome. You should play
Oh,
an
God.
Emperor's Children army.
I don't know what that is.
They're
I don't know
they're
what it
coming
is.
out this year, bud.
They also don't have a. Do they have
So
a
you
card
you
come out
you
this
you
year?
have to pass
Really?
two.
That's the rumor.
Essentially, now
What's
there
your
are some
number one
things-
though? Be honest. Is competitive
I mean, they're gonna get a Primarch?
viability your number one criteria?
No. That's
Big
honestly
Zinch
probably
demon.
the last thing I look at. I mean, take my Thousand Sons for instance, and all the stuff I bought for them. I bought Terminators last year for my Thousand Sons.
Yeah, but look how cool they look.
Exactly my
If all
point.
4 demon.
What
And
about
they're
you?
All
What's
4
your
demon
criteria?
Primarchs come out, I'm gonna have to buy them all.
Why?
Just to have a.
Just
paint 'em-
because
just
they
to
all
paint 'em
they
Why
up.
all
don't you
look
okay, So
amazing.
go buy a Magnus
I
off the
said
wall right
one
now.
if all 4 come out. There's no point in having 2.
Well, I mean,
As
there's
a
only
collector,
there's only
as
two.
collecting, but if all 4 came out.
You need to get the great and clean one. Although it's
I-
not good, is it?
It's
No,
probably-
not
it's Probably
really.
not good competitively. Really cool looking.
The
It's super cool
Rodigus
looking.
Rodigus is interesting if
He's
you put
really
him
good in Sigmar.
if you put him in
Yeah.
if
No,
you put
dude,
him with
Nurgle
Death
demons
Guard,
are awesome in Sigmar.
if you
Have
put him
played
with
Sigmar
Death
yet?
Guard, all
What's
right.
what's a
That's
Sigmar?
over.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so if you put him with Death Guard, you can literally bring like Blight Haulers back to life.
Wow.
You can bring
Yeah,
Blight
you
Haulers
can
back to
with
life?
Rodigus,
you can
yeah.
resurrect
Yeah.
dead units with it.
Mephitic Blight Haulers? Like,
Yeah.
But
Like,
you need to get
yeah.
some blight haulers.
I would like to.
You
have
do,
three.
you do need some of those. Like they were a very important part of
I had
Ron's
one last
list
year.
against me.
I had one about a year ago.
Had?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Scrooge McTimmed him and
Listen, somebody came in and needed to buy one
I had it on
And
my
Jake-
I had it on my section of like to
that he
build.
hadn't touched in 2
It
months.
wa-
So I was like, you know what?
No,
I'm gonna
I
buy.
think I was still building. I think that's what broke the camel's back
Oh
there.
my
though, but
God!
I think I had it on my little area.
Let's
of
have a
paint-
moment of
of-
What a
silence.
revisionist!
to build and
What
to
a
paint. It was
revisionist.
in my little section of the table.
basically what
I
happened,
left
Dakota,
overnight.
was Tim gave Jake a Blight Hauler as a Christmas gift and then
Somebody-
sold it to somebody.
Somebody needed to buy it. And I feel like it was an out of towner, so it was like a
It
sale
was
we had
Vince.
to make.
It was Vince.
And then okay,
It was Vince.
was it Vince?
It was Vince. It was a.
What
it
were
was
you
a
saying
regular,
about
It was a
a?
regular.
I
that
could have
had-
sworn it was an out
What
of
do you
towner.
say about revising the story?
It was a regular who would had no problem waiting. And also, you said you'd replace it, so I would have no problem waiting.
Did he like at least reimburse you?
I said no.
No.
I still have
mean,
to
it's a
replace it.
Christmas present.
Oh
so
my God!
There's no reimbursement of a Christmas present.
Listen, don't
Like,
go all
It's your
apologist on
property
us now,
now.
Jake.
Yeah, like I never made it a big deal because like that seems
Because
like
he didn't play for 12
no,
months.
it seems like really tacky to be like, can I have Can I have my Christmas present back? Like,
It's not tacky because I literally have forgotten every single week.
Well,
To
hey,
order
you
a
know
new
what?
one.
Monday is a new week. Let's get it. Let's get that ordered.
I will forget.
I also need 3 Plague Bears collars and 2 Demon Princes, and a bunch of other stuff I can't afford. So
That's fair.
He's so
Well, hey, maybe you'll win big on Saturday and be able to turn it into 40K.
maybe I don't need much Magic cards anymore. So
You need 40K, though. You need to tell Brittany that you want 40K stuff. She literally
She's
loves you,
not
Jake.
going-
She will buy you
no,
gifts.
she won't. She's not gonna get anything.
You don't think she'd buy you gifts?
No, she would not want me to
would
get
you
into
buy him
another
a gift?
hobby that
I
would.
did.
No, you got him. You took a gift
Hang
from
on.
your store.
I was just getting ready to drop this. If she's not going to buy you 40K, you got to leave her, bro.
Oh
God.
man,
I got 40K from Mari for Christmas.
Sarah,
I
get you
got
40K.
a sweet backpack from a Magic
I got
cards for Christmas.
Sigmar
so.
for Christmas.
Let's talk about Sigmar again, okay? Sigmar's a lot of
Why?
fun because it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and we need to play it more.
We do.
It is a really good game.
What's a
Brad,
Sigmar?
Brad, you genuinely would enjoy it. I know you would.
Yeah, I might. I don't know. I don't want to.
Dude, you love 40K.
He's going to do it in a year
And, like,
or a year
there's
and a half, and he's going to regret not
Sigmar is
playing.
like the same thing, just with a different aesthetic. Like
And
it's
the bad rules aren't amplified because it's not a shooting game.
I get it.
It's not a shooting game.
I
no,
get
the
it.
game is
I
like
don't want to have to collect
Tim
another
doesn't
army.
want
with
your
You
army
don't have
shoot.
to.
you don't have to. You have a very small investment to get into playing Sigmar through
Yes,
your
but then I have
demons.
to buy stuff like Lords of Change, and I have to buy a bunch of, and it's not even just that
That's
either.
not a bad thing.
It can go to your. I mean, the thing is, it does
I don't.
fit
I
into
don't
your
want to.
collection.
I don't want to play it on 40K.
Have you ever
Dude,
tried it?
if you don't play against power gamers like these two, I think Lord of Change would be
Don't
pretty
lump
good.
me in with that.
Look,
We literally had
what
a
have I
2-point
ever done
game.
to you to make you think that I'm a power gamer?
Oh my
You
god!
literally beat him in 20 minutes.
Do you guys think I'm a power gamer?
No,
Do you think I am?
Yeah, pretty hard.
I think you.
Do you think
No,
I am?
I'm kidding.
I plead
I
the
don't think
fifth.
you.
I'm kidding. I
I
don't
don't
think.
think-
I don't think
you,
you're a power
you actually
gamer.
think I'm a power
I
gamer.
plead the fifth, man.
That means
Tim,
yes.
I don't think.
No,
you're
that means
I
I don't
don't-
want
I
to
don't
say
think
you're a
anything
power
that might
gamer.
incriminate myself.
I don't think you're a power gamer.
I don't think I'm a power
but
gamer
I think
either.
you do min-max a lot of things and don't like to experiment with a lot of things.
I will
Maybe you
completely
know-
agree
maybe
that
you
you don't
know-
like to experiment.
Maybe you know
Are you
things.
talking within my own army?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
Jake,
talking about
finish.
sexually.
Oh, okay.
maybe you know these things are bad, so you don't bring them. But
Like,
like,
what are you talking about?
or maybe your army just
I've
as
played with
or
most everything in my book.
or maybe then you just know what's good in your army, and then like, I guess like he says he doesn't want to bring in Lords of Change.
Yeah, I don't want to
He's
bring
never played with one though.
I don't
But
need
the thing
to.
is- the thing
I
is,
know
like-
what it does.
The thing is, like,
It's not
if you
good.
wanted to have a game with it, like, you couldn't bring it in against you because you'd just kill it.
Yeah, it would literally be gone in the first turn. You're like,
You'd
what's
probably-
that thing
you'd
do?
probably
Oh, it
kill
gets +2
Magnus
its
and
fast.
that in
Okay,
one
yeah,
turn.
it's gone.
What?
It is pretty. Isn't
I,
it like
I would say
320
something like
points?
he would say something.
I
What's
doubt
that
it.
do? I'd be like, it gets +2 to cast.
Isn't it
Be like,
like-
okay, I'm gonna kill
Isn't
it.
it like 270 or 300 points?
But the Lord of Change, it's
Probably
over
like
300.
180.
Huh?
It's over 300.
I thought it was like
Over
320.
300?
It's something like that.
I
At
thought-
least the last time I checked,
I
it
thought
might
it
have
was
changed.
320.
I don't know, man. There's
Yeah,
something to
that,
be
that
said.
sounds
like,
about right.
you have to play with some of the stuff before you write it off. I
Yeah,
think.
but do you want
Don't
to
you
buy
think
a
So,
s- 80
some
do you want to
some
buy
of the stuff, not everything.
Do you
though.
want to
The Lord-
buy
the
an
Lord of
$80
Change is not
model?
one of those.
I guess you
things.
could proxy
from a
it.
collection standpoint, I would.
Oh yeah, I mean,
for something that
the Lord of
honestly
Change
looks
looks really
yeah.
cool, so I would like it.
Sure,
If I had
In,
a
uh,
Zinch army, like I would.
I
In-
have
in
I have
eighth edition-
Forge World tank destroyers that are utter trash.
like I want a great
But
unclean one.
I want them in my collection.
Like I want a great unclean one.
I don't want-
It's not
but
gonna
I don't
be
want a
very
Lord
good
of Change in my collection.
playing because it'll just die,
Because
but
it's
it
bad.
looks amazing.
No, not because it's bad.
If you're
I don't.
good,
I don't
you-
want to have. Literally, the only reason I own Zinch demons is so I can play them.
Evan, there's a Sigmar
with my
tournament
1,000 Suns.
Saturday.
I have 1,000 Suns because
Is
I
it
love
this
the
Saturday?
aesthetic.
Or is it next Saturday?
Because those are
this
really
Saturday.
cool.
This
I
Saturday?
don't want. I
Evan,
don't want the
this
giant
Saturday.
chicken.
There's a Sigmar tournament.
I don't think you don't like the model.
Just come.
It's okay.
You might be one of the only people I've ever met.
It's
that
it's
said
o- it's okay.
I think-
but
Didn't
I
it win Model of the Year when it came out,
maybe,
think
but
Lord
I
of
don't.
Change
I don't want to
looks
spend
really cool.
$120 on it.
or did it come out the same year as Magnus?
No, it came. Magus came out like in December, didn't it?
Magnus is a nerd.
So
He didn't do anything wrong.
So okay.
He
So
didn't do anything wrong.
So here, let me explain my point, Tim. So when it comes to my trinity of looking at stuff that I want to get, the aesthetic's cool. I don't want to pay the price, and it's not competitive.
Fair enough. Why don't you try it out, like proxy it, and see if it's fun to play with?
well,
it's-
because like the rule,
I
its
listen.
rules
It's
aren't
literally Magnus, but worse.
Yeah, but
Right.
if you have it and Magnus,
You get two
It's-
Magnuses.
So if I spend 700 and some odd points on these two models,
yeah,
they're
Yeah,
both.
it's
They're
not
not
gonna work.
both going to
It's not.
die.
yeah. And then you put Death
a
Structure
Lord,
on
a Lord of Change literally has a 4-up save.
He has an invuln.
Yeah, 4 save.
Okay. At
Yeah.
any rate, listen, we got to finish this off with what Sigma army do I play?
Well, I forgot demons don't have good
Okay,
saves.
well,
Yeah,
have
they
you
just
have
have
you considered
always
have you considered the I can't remember what they're the Sky Dwarves.
Yeah, I don't think I want to play them. I don't like steampunk.
Okay. Okay.
They do look really cool. I just don't. think
Now
I
I mean,
want those.
look, Fire Slayers.
Sorry.
Like I know you don't want to paint that much flesh,
do-
but it's not that big a
I do
deal.
fidget.
I've really,
Dude, all you do is put peach over it and then just wash it.
the problem is there's only a few models in the range that are like you have to apparently play the hell out of the berserkers.
I mean, you don't have to.
no, that's fair.
Those dragons that they ride are freaking awesome.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They look cool.
Then
I thought
they-
about using one of those and putting wings on it, converting it to
You
a
laughing while I'm
pile
laughing?
dragon.
No, I'm laughing because at myself. I want the playback. It's like a little
Oh.
bit of delay.
Listen, they have like all the like their tricks that the lords can do on them, and so I don't know what they're called, like
Hey, when
the guys that ride.
When are they
those.
gonna make a
Carls.
When are they gonna make a Lord of the Rings tabletop?
They
already
already
have it.
did, and I'm actually laughing at Jake, who's watching him watch himself on the thing. It's pretty funny.
Did you
Um,
ask that, or did
So
somebody else say
do you want to play
What?
an order army?
it? I don't know. Probably.
Call off Evan. Say the weather's too cold. You can't work.
Because
Who
I mean,
said
like
that?
Evan said I work. Because I told him this Saturday is Sigmar, and he says I work. I told him to call off.
He's already in New
because of the
York.
cold weather.
He's moving back to Detroit.
Fly back.
Yeah, I
fly
think
back
this
to
is last
Michigan
week.
and
Yeah.
then call off work.
Yeah.
And then call off. For
but
I thought he only had 1 day left.
so really just I would narrow it down
back on
to
the
like
second.
what Grand
Huh?
Alliance you want to
He'll
play.
be
I
back on
think
the
it's
second.
order because like I would like to play a destruction army, but like I don't like the ogres and I don't really like the orcs. I like the Iron Jaws, but like there's no choice. It's gore grunches and brutes.
They don't
They
don't
have
have
three things. Well, and Maw Crusher.
yeah they don't have a lot of
Those
a lot
really,
of
there are
options.
only 3 models.
Yeah, they don't have.
No,
they,
no. I mean,
they blew up
they've got
the stuff
they've
in
got
Sigmar.
Ard boys, and they have a few things, but
I think there's 5. I think they have 5.
yeah,
war scrolls.
they don't
Yeah.
have a lot.
They have a war chanter.
Orcs would be cool to play in something like that. If I was to play, it might be something I'm interested in. But
They
They're
don't
cool.
they literally have like that's the problem with destruction as a whole. They
There needs to be
literally have
one-
no shooting.
Yeah, there needs to be
In
one
any of it.
orc book too. Like, there's no reason that we have a grot book and 2 orc books.
Well, they're not meant to be played together.
I know, but like, they should be, right?
I don't know. You see, that's one thing Sigmar does very well. They have a lot of restrictions on how you build your army.
Yeah.
They have a
That's
lot.
good.
Yeah, no,
That's good.
it's
You would
it's
like
really
Sigmar.
good.
I might like Sigmar, but I don't.
Soup is bad, and soup is not in Sigmar. You are allowed to bring 400 points of another army.
Well, you could play mixed Grand Alliance, but you lose a lot of benefits.
You lose a lot of benefits, and you are
Brett,
no
just
longer
just play
competitive.
Sigmar. All right, just do it.
You play
I
Sigmar
don't-
too.
What
I
is
don't
a
want to.
Sigmar?
What is a Sigmar? What
Jake,
is a
you
Sigmar?
literally.
Wait, hold on. He's got a good point. What is a Sigmar?
All right,
It's a
we
god.
literally are going to end on this note. Thank you guys for watching on Thursday night. Share this.
Wait, it's not 10.
We started early, bro. It's cold. We got to go. All right, guys. We will be back
Outrage.
next week, Tuesday.
We'll be
We'll
on
be back
Tuesday.
Tuesday unless the world ends or
Or there's another
another
freezing ice cold
polar
blizzard.
vortex where we have to
Although it's-
close early.
It's supposed to be like 50
It's gonna be like
deg-
90
50
degrees on
degrees.
Tuesday.
Spring's coming.
Yeah, and then we'll hit another polar
Yeah.
vortex. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment and let me know what Sigmar army I should play. Tell Brad and Jake to play Sigmar.
I'm
We're
not
sick of
going to.
this. Tony, we love you. Thank you.
Comment on what 40k army you should play too.
Everyone thank
And
Evan.
hold on. I
Everyone-
got this.
everyone thank
Remember,
Evan for commenting.
like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share,
Below.
Bye, guys.
subscribe.
Love
Hit
you.
the
Remember
bell.
to hit the notification
Hit the
button.
bell. Hit the notification bell.
Yeah, the bell, because it doesn't show up like it normally does.